Stop what you're doing right now. If you've been feeling like people are pulling away from you, if relationships are ending without explanation, if opportunities are closing doors in your face, this isn't punishment. This is preparation. The universe is literally removing everyone and everything that cannot survive where you're going next. And what I'm about to tell you will change how you see every rejection, every loss, every no you've received recently. Listen carefully. There's an invisible force working in your life right now that most people completely misunderstand. They think it's bad luck. They think it's karma catching up. They think they're being punished, but you're not being punished. You're being prepared. Think about this for a second. A snake has to shed its skin to grow. But here's what most people don't realize. That old skin doesn't just fall off easily. The snake has to rub against rough surfaces. It has to struggle. It has to feel uncomfortable. And for a while, it looks vulnerable, exposed, even wounded. That's exactly what's happening to you right now. The universe has looked at your future. And I mean your real future, not the small dreams you've been settling for. And it's realized something important. Most of the people in your current circle can't handle that version of you. Most of your current situations can't contain that level of power. Most of your current thinking can't support that kind of success. So it's removing them, one by one. And yes, it hurts. But not because you're losing something valuable. It hurts because you're being stretched beyond what feels comfortable. Have you noticed how certain people have become distant lately? How some friendships feel forced now? How conversations that used to flow naturally now feel off? That's not coincidence. That's frequency separation. Here's something they don't teach you in school. Every person operates on an energetic frequency, like radio stations. And when you start rising to a new level, your frequency changes. You literally start broadcasting on a different wavelength. Most people can't tune into higher frequencies. It's not their fault. They're just not ready. But they can sense something has changed about you. They can feel that you're different, even if they can't explain it. And instead of rising to meet you there, they do what most humans do with things they don't understand. They resist. They criticize. They pull away. You've probably experienced this already. People who used to celebrate your small wins now seem uncomfortable with your bigger dreams. Friends who used to support your ideas now find reasons why they won't work. Family members who used to encourage you now seem to think you're changing. And not in a good way. They're right. You are changing. But here's what they don't understand. You're not changing into someone new. You're changing back into who you were always meant to be. Let me tell you about Sarah. She worked at the same company for 8 years. Same desk, same routine, same group of work friends who complained about everything together. But something shifted in Sarah last year. She started having bigger dreams, started seeing possibilities, started speaking differently about her future. Slowly, her work friends started leaving her out of lunch plans. Her boss started giving her strange looks when she suggested improvements. Even her boyfriend started making comments about how she was getting too big for her britches. Sarah thought something was wrong with her. She thought she was being too ambitious, too demanding, too much. But 6 months later, Sarah launched her own business. Within a year, she was making more money than her entire former department combined. Those same people who pulled away. They're now watching her success from a distance, finally understanding what they couldn't handle up close. The universe removed them before they could limit her. See, here's what most people miss. The universe isn't just randomly taking things away from you. It's operating like the most advanced security system ever created. It can see threats to your destiny that you can't see yet. That person who stopped calling you back. They were going to ask you for money next month that you needed for your breakthrough opportunity. That job that didn't hire you. The company is going under next year. That relationship that ended painfully. They were already planning to leave once you became successful anyway. The universe saw all of this. And instead of letting you waste months or years of your life on dead ends, it closed those doors early. It might have felt like rejection, but it was actually protection. But here's the part that will blow your mind. The universe isn't just removing the wrong people and wrong opportunities. It's also removing the wrong version of you. Think about who you were 6 months ago. The thoughts you accepted, the behavior you tolerated from others, the dreams you thought were realistic, the limitations you believed were permanent. That version of you is being removed too. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Because sometimes we get attached to our limitations. We get comfortable with our excuses. We get familiar with our fears. But your next level requires a version of you that doesn't accept those limitations. A version that doesn't need those excuses. A version that has conquered those fears. And sometimes the universe has to remove your comfort with smallness before it can show you your actual size. Have you been feeling restless lately? Like you can't go back to the way things were, but you're not sure what comes next. That's not anxiety. That's expansion. Your soul is outgrowing your circumstances, and it's making you uncomfortable on purpose. Because comfortable people don't change. Comfortable people don't grow. Comfortable people don't step into their destiny. So let me tell you the signs that this clearing is happening in your life right now. First, you're having thoughts that surprise you. Ideas that feel too big for the current version of your life. Dreams that make you feel excited and terrified at the same time. That's your real potential trying to break through. Second, you're becoming allergic to fake energy. Small talk exhausts you. Gossip makes you uncomfortable. Drama feels like a waste of time. That's because your frequency is rising above those lower vibrations. Third, you're starting to see patterns you never noticed before. How certain people only call when they need something. How certain environments drain your energy. How certain activities no longer bring you joy. That's wisdom developing. Fourth, you're feeling called to do things that don't make logical sense yet. Learn new skills, visit new places, have conversations with strangers. That's the universe preparing you for opportunities you can't see coming. And fifth, you're experiencing what I call divine dissatisfaction. Nothing feels quite right anymore. Your current life feels too small. Your current goals feel too safe. Your current identity feels too limited. Most people try to fix this feeling. They think something is wrong. But nothing is wrong. Everything is right. This dissatisfaction is your internal guidance system telling you it's time to level up. Here's what's really happening. The universe has been watching you. It's seen how you handled the small tests, how you responded to the minor challenges, how you treated people when no one was watching, how you kept going when things got difficult. And it's decided something about you. It's decided you're ready for more, not more of the same. more responsibility, more impact, more influence, more resources, more purpose. But more requires more. More strength, more wisdom, more clarity, more focus, more faith. And most of the people and situations in your current life can support that level of more. They're designed for the current version of you, not the version you're becoming. So the universe is making space. It's clearing out the old to make room for the new. It's removing the audience that only clapped for your small performances so you can step onto the stage where your real talents belong. This isn't loss. This is liberation. But here's where most people get stuck. They mistake the clearing for the destination. They think the removal is the punishment instead of realizing it's preparation for the replacement. See, nature abhors a vacuum. When something is removed from your life, something else is coming to fill that space. But the new thing can't arrive until the old thing leaves. That friend who stopped calling, someone who truly understands your vision, is about to enter your life. That opportunity that fell through, a better one that you're actually qualified for, is being prepared. That relationship that ended, space is being made for someone who can match your new energy. But you have to stop trying to force the old things to fit your new life. You have to stop begging people to understand your new vision. You have to stop explaining yourself to people who are still operating on your old frequency. Your job isn't to convince anyone. Your job is to keep growing, keep expanding, keep becoming who you're meant to be. And trust that the right people, opportunities, and experiences will be drawn to that authentic version of you. Here's my promise to you. 6 months from now, you're going to look back at this exact moment and understand everything differently. You're going to see how every person who walked away cleared the path for someone better. How every door that closed led you to the right door. How every disappointment was actually a divine appointment with your real destiny. You're going to realize that the universe wasn't working against you. It was working for you. It wasn't taking things away from you. It was taking things off of you that were too heavy for where you were going. And you're going to be grateful, not just for what stayed, but for what left. Because what left made room for what belongs. If this message hit you where you needed to hear it, do me a favor. Like this video so I know it reached the right person. Share it with someone who needs to understand that their clearing season is actually their preparation season. And subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to keep bringing you the truth about what's really happening in your spiritual growth. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next message that could change everything for you. The universe is removing everyone who can't handle your next level. Don't take it personally. Take it as confirmation that your next level is real. It's coming, and it's going to be worth everything you've been through to get there. Your clearing is almost complete. Your replacement is about to begin. Stay ready.